Hi friends, Mickey from Figma here. You can now do more with Figma's glass effect, and I'm going to show you how. So let's go. Figma's glass effect can now be applied to frames that have different rounded corners. If I go here and I apply independent values, so 180 on the top left, 180 on the bottom, let's come down here to my effects panel and apply the glass effect. Give it some exaggerated properties there. And when I bring this over this color layer, you can see how that effect is being applied to the objects below. Go ahead and duplicate that, and let's duplicate that one more time to recreate the Figma logo with these frames with the glass effect applied, and I can even modify this last independent corner there. That's pretty cool. You can now apply the glass effect to text. I'm going to select this time, come down to the effects panel, and in the drop down, I'm going to select the glass effect, and I can begin to adjust the properties. You'll notice how the text interacts with the background. You'll also take note that the fill color is set to 10%, and if you wish, you can make adjustments on the color to better reflect your desired output. Let's say you want to control glass properties at more of a global level. In Figma now you can bind variables to glass properties. When I select these four objects, I can open up the glass panel and I can begin to associate these with properties that I have. So there's the depth, there's the dispersion, there's the frost, and there's the splay, which is also a new feature. Now that has been set, when I take a look at my variables panel, I can make the light adjustment. You'll see how that's affecting both the icons and the icon backgrounds. And I can also adjust this frost value. So I could bring the frost all the way down, or I can increase it, and that will apply to all of the icons in this set with the variables. Next up, let's talk about the new Splay property. As you all know, glass works with the objects behind it. The Splay property gives you more control over the edges. When I go to my effects setting and I begin to adjust Splay, you will see how this pattern background behaves behind the button as we add more of that Splay property and then as we reduce it. Glass now works with vector fills. It even works with shapes in Figma. And if you wish to use strokes, all you need to do is place them inside of a union Boolean object. I'll go ahead and show you how that works. So if I press the P key to pull up the pen tool, I'm going to hit Command and click on these edges right there. And let's make the width a bit thicker. Let's press Escape. Now we select that stroke object and we're going to create a union Boolean object. That's going to make it behave like a fill. Now that it's a fill, we can apply glass. We can apply our properties. And if we double click on the Boolean object, we can still modify the vector shape. We can even use Figma draw features like variable width stroke to modify that. With the stroke still selected, we can even go into the stroke settings and apply Figma draw brushes, and it will work with Figma Glass. How cool is that? Let's say you're in Figma Slides and you're working on some really great brand visuals and you want to apply glass. So let's take a look at how that's done. I'm going to press delete and I'm going to recreate that graphic. I'm going to draw out a shape by using the O key. I'm going to hold down the Option or the Alt key to drag that down. I'm going to press the R key to draw out a rectangle in between. Let's hold down the Shift key, select all three, and align that. Now I'm going to press Command D, Control D if you're on Windows to duplicate. Let's bring this all together. I'm going to press Shift to select all of those objects at the same time. And up here, choose Union to create a union Boolean object. And we're going to come over here to corner radius and add a generous corner radius. Let's rotate this. If you want, you could just double click on any one of those objects. I can increase it and you can see it creates this blob-like effect. Now, when I select that union object, we can come down here to effects. Once again, we're in Figma Slides. You could also do this in Figma Design. You could even do it in Buzz. I'm going to choose glass effect, and I can begin to exaggerate some of these properties that I have here. Let's even increase that splay property. If I wish, I can change the color that's applied, and you just want to reduce that opacity down to a lower value. And now you can see I can create this kind of like organic blob shape, and it is applying the glass below. So if you're looking for interesting brand style visuals for your presentation, you can do it right in Figma Slides. And that's a wrap for all of the updates coming to Figma Glass. If you want to find out more and additional examples, check out Figma's Glass Playground at figma.com/community. Hopefully you found that helpful. And as always, happy designing.